Pawns are the weakest piece in chess. They're worth 1 point, and by themselves, they usually can't do a lot. However, when you get enough pawns and you put them together in the right way, they can become very strong and overwhelm your opponent. This position, it's white to play and win the game. The pawns are going forward. Before I say anything else, if you would like to pause, how do you think white can win this position? Well, if you had a chance to look at that, let's talk about what's going on. The first thing we need to understand is that black's bishop is doing a great job of controlling these pawns. You can imagine if white tries to push one forward, the bishop's just going to take it. If white tries to push one forward, the bishop's just going to take it. It doesn't really matter which pawn you push forward. The bishop is going to be able to capture all of them, and we end up with a draw. So how can white win this position? Well, the secret lies in using the king to help the pawns. So the first thing that white needs to do is king to d2, getting ready to make a beeline for the f4 square, because if you get there fast enough and black is unable to stop you, you can play e5, shuts down the bishop, and then any one of these pawns can simply walk forward and get a queen. However, black, of course, knows what white is trying to do, and so black makes a king move as well. And black is trying to get to this square by the time white gets to this square, because then black gets an extra defender on that square and the bishop can capture the pawn. So that's exactly what happens. White goes forward, black goes forward, white goes forward, and here we go. Black has successfully made it in time to stop our pawn. So if we try to play check, bishop just takes, and again, black has, kept this nice blockade. So what do? Well, we keep going. King to g5, and again, we're threatening the same thing with a different pawn. We're going to play f6, shut out the bishop, and then get a queen here. Of course, black sees that. King to e7. And again, same thing. And now black plays king to f8, and it really looks like black has successfully stopped us from pushing our pawn. So if you would like to pause, what do we do here as white to win the game? Well, if you had a chance to look at that, the move is, wait for it, g7 check anyway. We just ignore the fact that the bishop can take it with check. Why are we doing that? Here's why. After bishop takes g7 check, we're going to play king to g6. And now black is in an interesting position. If you look carefully, the bishop is under attack, but it's defended by the king. But if black tries to move the king, these are the only two squares available because of our king and our pawn, which means the bishop would be undefended. If black moves here, we simply take the bishop. So black cannot play a king move. And they're actually severely limited in the bishop moves they can play. Don't want to go here, we just take it. And if they try to move, like let's just say to e5 or any of these squares, we're going to play the move f6, shutting off the bishop. And now this pawn is going to become a queen, and black can't stop it. So because of that, black only has one option, bishop to h8. And now if you would like to pause, how do we make progress from here? Well, if you had a chance to look at that, the move is f6 anyway. And what we're doing is, even though we're not cutting off the bishop from back this way, we're trapping it here in the corner, and we're threatening to simply push our pawn up. And the only thing black can do is move back and forth, right? If they go here, we take it. If they take us, we take the bishop. They have to move back and forth. We play e5, we play e6, and we play e7. And the timing works out just right so that the king is forced to go away. We bring our king up, and we get a queen next move. There's no way for black to stop this from happening. Well, if you enjoyed this puzzle, I have dozens and dozens and dozens of similar types of puzzles that are very clever, very satisfying to see the solution. So make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss those, and I'll see you guys next time. As always, thanks for watching. Stay sharp, play smart, take care.